guys, JoySparklebS, and in this video, I learned about something that I'm gonna be totally upfront. I don't know all the information. I'm only gonna comment on what I know and what I see, just to give you guys a blatant heads up and fair warning. There's a kid, I call him kid, I don't know how old he is. I say that a lot, by the way, it's not meant to be demeaning, it's just the way I talk. I'm Midwestern, I'm gonna say sweetheart, sugar, kid, baby doll, you know, whatever the fuck, cupcake. Just if you guys hear it, so, and he has a baby face, and that's not a bad thing. He's gonna age nicely. But there's a kid named Dustin Dailey, and I feel weird calling him a kid. I feel weird, I don't want to offend anybody. Fuck it, like, people can feel my intention, right? But anyways, this person, Dustin Dailey, was friends with Peter, and he's now coming out and talking about some stuff with Peter, and it's pretty on par with some of the stuff I've been feeling and I've been saying. So let's play through some of this video. I want to give some of my own commentary, and let's listen to what he has to say. And also, I just want to say, I think he's really brave to come out like this, because a lot of people have been terrified to come out against Peter. I don't know why. Is it because he's loud and animated? Who cares? The truth is the truth is the truth and needs to be told. And I commend this kid for coming out and saying stuff, so let's have a listen.
Like, I just want to say that this video in no way is me, like, trying to come for Peter. This is just me vocalizing how I feel, because I can do that on my channel. And if you don't like it, if you do not like me speaking about somebody that you stan, that is fine. You don't have to watch me. I am not in any way going to beg anybody to stay subscribed to this channel out of me being a friend with someone that they like. I'm just not about that life. I'm not about all of these numbers. Yes, it is great to see my numbers rise on Social Blade, but at the end of the day, I would rather be honest and real with who I am and keep the same energy throughout everything than be fake. I'm not fake. I win nothing by being fake.
And I don't know the person, but I at least can respect the first part of what they're saying, and I completely agree, because at the end of the day, it's all about, can you lay your head down and sleep at night with the choices, decisions you've made, and the things that you've said. So good on him. Let's hear the rest of it.
Okay. So I don't even know how to get into this. This stretches so far back. Okay. We have to go back to last December. When all this stuff happened, it was horrible, and I always will stand by everything that I said in my videos about Peter with this whole John Cookian thing. Like, I know that what John Cookian was saying was a total lie. I do. However, there was one particular instance with Peter that bothered me to my core. And for those of you who are being like, oh, well, you're coming on here and you're making a video about this, why didn't you go directly to Peter? I have went directly to Peter. I have told him exactly how I felt, and I'm going to say almost exactly what I told him in my text messages to him, because they were so lengthy. So before you come for me and say, why didn't you just speak to him? I have. This is just me vocalizing for you guys, letting you know the background on why I feel the way I feel about the tweets that I put out yesterday.
And good on him. So I like that. He's not just going and talking trash like most YouTubers and friends of YouTubers do. He went to him man to man to speak to him, just like when I did and he didn't give a shit. So right on. I got nothing bad to say so far. Let's continue.
And no, I was not that drunk. I had one margarita. I was just feeling some kind of way, okay? But back in December, you guys know that myself, Peter, and a few other channels, we were saying if you did not speak up about what John Cookian was doing, especially Rich Lux, because everybody thought that he had like this friendship with him, and he did, but they're not friends anymore. I actually commented on the video that Rich Lux posted, and I was like, thank you. I don't even remember the full context, but it was very short. It was something to the effect of, thank you for sharing your truth and being honest. Rich was crying in the video. I felt horrible for him. So I was like, just like, thank you. Rich commented back to me. It was like, thank you. It means so much for you to be here. Da, 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 da. I then went to Twitter, because you guys know I'm always on Twitter. I always share everything on Twitter. And basically I was just like, I think I added Rich Lux, I may not, but I tweeted his video and I said, thank you for being open and honest. Something to that effect. I can't remember. I get a phone call from Peter Monn. And when I tell you that Peter Monn was pissed off at me, he was pissed off at me. And let me tell you why he was pissed off at me. Because he said it sounded like myself Sam and him were not all on the same page, and that I should have ran what I was going to tweet or what I was going to say either on Rich's comment section or on Twitter by him first, because that can make us all look bad.
No, sweetheart, and I'm sure, you know, to this kid, Dustin, you're smart enough to know what I'm about to say. Doesn't make you all look bad. He thinks it makes him look bad. So here's the thing, it'd be one thing if you guys were friends and he thought maybe you were doing something that could look shady or could, you know, behind his back that would hurt his feelings, and he'd be like, hey, I'm just curious, what's up, are we cool, right? That'd be one thing. Like, I've had several people who were my friends, you know, who ended up saying stuff and I was like, okay, it doesn't really matter, you know, or they disagreed with me very vocally. As long as they were respectful, I'm always fine with that if you're my friend. But in this case, he needs you to run by what you're gonna say if he thinks it could negatively affect him. He needs you to run it by with him. How does that make sense? How does that make any sense?
I didn't know that I had to run how I felt or run the way that I interpreted what Rich said by Peter. I didn't know that my social media account was Peter's for him to dictate what I was going to say or anything like that. If it did not directly have an at him, which it didn't, if it did not directly say his name, it didn't. It would not affect him in any way.
And that's the thing, Dustin. You shouldn't have to run it by him. That's not a friendship. Friends don't dictate and demand and call angrily and say, you need to ask my permission to do something. That's called being controlling.
So there's that. To feel like you're friends with someone and them say to you, you should run something by them before you tweet it out on your social media, that is, I can't even begin to explain how that made me feel.
Is that similar to when Peter Monn said a client was late and he was going to show her his anger? So does he call you in some sort of what looks like a bipolar fucking anger and rage that you didn't let him control you? Because that's controlling. That's manipulation. And the way he's wording it, like you've done something wrong by tweeting out something without running it by him, sounds like some gaslighting bullshit.
I felt like almost like I was being manipulated, almost as if I was being told, well, I was being told what to do on my social media. This is my platform. I can run my shit how I want to run my shit. And it's not up to anyone to tell me how I should feel or what I should do on my social media. So there's that.
No, Dustin, see, let me explain how it works in Peter's world. Peter's world is all about him. So it's not your social media, it's extension of you being friends with him, his social media, and you should do what he dictates. Because that sounds like a really healthy friendship.
Flash forward from December, it was like the end of January, February. You guys know that I was going back and forth with Stephen Mango, okay? Stephen Mango was making all these videos about drama channels. He dragged me. I lost a shit ton of subscribers. A lot of people felt a way about me when they actually, like, they were believing everything that this guy was saying. And he was saying that I was getting makeup sent by Gerard Cosmetics. You guys know I don't wear makeup. I've been buying it recently because I think it's interesting. But at this time, I had nothing to do with makeup. Like, I talked about makeup. I knew about makeup. As far as, like, owning makeup, I owned zero. But he made this video about Gerard Cosmetics and Jen Gerard with her stalker. And I thought it was completely out of line because I have a cousin that was murdered by her ex-husband turned stalker. I made a video about it. I spoke out about it. A lot of people came for me. A lot of people came for me. And then he put out this other video where he talked about me, Sanders, Kennedy, and Sam. I was like 60% of the video where he talked about me. Okay, like, I was getting a massive amount of hate from this video that Mango put up on his channel. And I kept continually losing subscribers. And, you know, as a friend, I have made so many different videos, tweets, and everything, like I said, about Peter, defending him to people, okay? And it wasn't because I felt like I had to. I felt like it was my place as a friend, because if I see somebody in the street and I don't even know them getting their ass whooped, I'm gonna jump in. I'm just that type of person. I'm a hands-on type of person. If I see somebody that is like going through it, I'm gonna do whatever I can to help them, especially if it was my friend. Especially if I knew that what this person was saying about them was not true. Okay, so I figured that as a friend, Peter would have my back. He didn't. He didn't. Literally, what he did, like, and I get that it's his social media platform or whatever. Like, it literally took me arguing with Peter to get him to even acknowledge it. And he said, well, I said something about it in a live stream. I'm like, Peter, a live stream is not the same as you making a video or even mentioning it in another video that you would post on your channel, okay?
This is beautiful. To me, this is like Repsion logic. What do I mean by that when I say Repsion logic? If you guys remember Repsion's hit piece on me, it's a hit piece, I will be responding, and apparently he's doing a part 2 and asking for Peter's help. Oh, it's good. Oh, the next few weeks, guys, are gonna get so fucking good. So buckle up and hang on, because we're gonna have a really good time. But apparently, it's so Peter is gonna make you run by everything you say on social media that could or couldn't affect him. You have to run it by him. But and you have to support him and defend him because you would. You're his friend, and that makes sense, right? I would my friends too. Even if they did something wrong, I would call it out, but I would be gentle about it. I would be respectful to them because they're friends with me, but I'd still call it out, right? But then when you need help, Peter will lightly mention it in a live stream, and that's all. As we all know, him going on Younow and talking about it for 5 seconds is not the same as him making a video defending you. But you know what? At the end of the day, that's not a good business decision, is it, Peter Monn? Which we'll get to in a minute. It's not good for your business to go around and defend your friends, but you expect them to defend you, and you demand that they run everything by you that they put on your social media. And how is this similar to Repsion? Remember the hit piece? He said, if I get any of this wrong, well, Joy, I'll correct it on Twitter. Bitch, that doesn't have nearly the same reach. And Repsion knows it. Just like Peter knows him just making a blip on a live stream, not the same reach. This is called you were played. You're not really friends with him. He was using you and he doesn't care. Kind of similar to like what he does with his clients, isn't it?
Okay, so the thing in December, like Peter said he was sorry for. If you guys know Peter, in his videos, he says that he does not say he's sorry. He says that he apologizes because sorry doesn't mean anything.
What kind of messed up logic is that? Like that sorry doesn't mean anything. Where does that come from? I've said I'm sorry to several people and I mean it with genuine remorse, unless Peter just doesn't give a shit who he hurts and has no remorse in himself for it. Maybe I have some receipts about that somewhere.
If sorry doesn't mean anything, why when you and I argue and I call you out on your inconsistencies, do you tell me that you're sorry?
Honey, because he doesn't care about you. At the end of the day, he only cares about himself. Maybe his close circle, like his boyfriend. I don't want to speculate. I don't know much about them. Like he wanted to speculate about my roommate, just like a lot of people do. Like my boyfriend, which is roommate. I'm not going to speculate on that. But you know what, honey? It's because he doesn't care about you. I bet Peter's one of those people, and this is what it seems like. He doesn't actually have friends on social media. He has like faux acquaintances that he just uses at his own will, which is why he's freaking out right now. I can't handle the hate, because he can't handle the shit that he does. Because his hate is completely justified. So I'm sorry that you were nice to and were friends with somebody completely fake. That sucks. I know what that feels like. That's the majority of the YouTubers I've met on this platform.
I don't understand why you could say one thing to your audience of 100 and something thousand people and say sorry doesn't mean anything. That just means please forget what I did and let's move on, but you will say I'm sorry on the telephone with me.
Because he doesn't care about his audience. He doesn't care about you or me or his clients or his audience. He just puts on a front, and lies to everybody and tries to get away with talking shit. He doesn't care about anybody's health or well-being, mentally, emotionally, or physically, on a deep level care in terms of the mass of his audience. Now, maybe he's helped little individual people. I don't mean little like I'm putting them down. I just mean like maybe he's helped individual people here. Now, that's great. But at the end of the day, it's all about his white gay Oprah image. That's all this is about for him. And you, just like everybody else, is a stepping stone to help him get where he wants to be.
So, there's that. I asked Peter, as a friend, I was just like, why will you not, like, say anything to defend me? Like, Peter, I've, like, done all this for you. I've been there for you as a friend the best way that I knew how. I've always, always, always had your back. Never one time ever changing up how I feel about you as a friend. Why can't you have my back? He says to me, it's a business decision, and Dustin, this is business, and I'm not going to say much more than that.
Oh God, I wish he would spill the tea on this. Dustin, I understand, even though Peter's a piece of shit, you're trying to be respectful to his friendship. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, I wish I was a fly on the wall in that conversation. Because that's all it is for him. You guys watching him, his subscribers, your business. He sees dollar signs. Literally, he sees nickel and dimes when he looks at y'all. So what image can I present today with my fan of crap? What little props can I use so I can make myself look like the good guy while being a shady piece of crap? He expects you to be super friend, super favor giver, super everything. At the end of the day, it's a business decision when he can't help you. It's a business decision to not say sorry. Because if he says sorry, it means he's wrong, and heaven forbid, he's got to keep his image up to his subscribers. You know, the ones he doesn't really give a shit about. What a piece of crap.
But that hurt.
Of course it hurt. It hurts when you find out your friends are fucking fake and you realize all you did for them while they were just using you because you're a business decision. That's not how you treat people, Peter. It's not how you treat people or clients or subscribers or viewers. You're a fucking psychotherapist. You should know this. Oh, you do. That's the thing. You're not ignorant. You just don't give a shit.
I didn't know that as like I get that this is a business and this is how you make your money, this is how you pay your bills and all that stuff. But for somebody that has been a friend to you, somebody that has literally done shit for you, like literally, I've made your merch. I made all of your merch, except for like this new stuff that you're coming out with where the fonts don't match. I made your merch for you. I didn't request you pay me for it. Any of that. None of that. I have edited videos for you. I've made thumbnails for you, much like I have everybody else on this platform that I'm friends with. I do that because I'm a friend to these people. I love interacting with the people. And you guys can sit up and say what you want about me. I have always tried to be like 100 with all of these people. I've never lied to any of these people. I've never said anything to one person that I wouldn't say to another person. I've never done that.
And that sucks. That's called getting used. And I'm really, really sorry that there are so many people on this platform like Peter who use and abuse other people. The part that sucks is it just went on a really long time. See, in my case, even though we weren't friends, Peter slandered me and said awful shit and was hypocritical and called me a racist to use me to get views. Part of the harassment he caused was my reason for deleting my platform. Now, it was my decision. I'm not fully blaming him, but holy shit, he gets to take some credit, doesn't he? Just like him using you. He just uses people and doesn't really care about somebody's health or well-being or time or energy. It's all about Peter. And here's the other thing. Yes, it's a business decision, but he needs to be able to learn how to run his business ethically and with care, or his business on YouTube and his clients are all gonna disappear. Because that's what should happen when you're a shitty business owner. So Peter, you use it. If we're looking at this as a business, okay, because obviously you're never friends with this kid, look at Dustin as a vendor. So it was a vendor that you used and used and used, and you never paid, and then tried to control. Well, that vendor is gonna not ever wanna do business with you again. And because you're in the business of putting everything out there on social media, other vendors aren't gonna wanna help you and do favors for you and do business with you. So sure, it's a business decision. And it's also a business decision for people to stop watching you and to walk away and say the fake piece of trash you are.
But when he said that this was a business decision and that, one, he didn't want to give Mango a platform, I kind of understand that. But the massive amount of hate that I was getting at this point in time was so immense. I have never, in the history of my channel, lost the amount of subscribers that I lost then. I have never, ever got the amount of hate that I got then. It was constant. I was inundated on Twitter with tweets from people defending Steven. I was inundated on fucking YouTube with my comment section. Like, it just would not stop.
I'm gonna put this out there, and I'm gonna put it out there lightly. So what you went through, it's bullshit when he says I don't want to give him a platform. That's horse shit. If you guys are friends, he should stand up for you. How many people came to bat for him when John Cuckian was referring to him as like a pedo and shit? Funny enough, in my opinion, he's got predatory tendencies with his clients, but I would never put the P word on him because I don't fucking know if that's true or not. But how many people went to bat for him? Should they have said, oh, fuck it, let's not help Peter. We don't want to give John Cuckian a platform. No, everybody banded together, but when you need help, he leaves you out in the middle of the ocean without a fucking life vest or any floaties because I don't want to give him a platform. Are you kidding me? That's a cop-out. That's just called he doesn't give a shit about you or anybody else. And if he were really a friend and the great therapist he is, he would understand that much mass amount of hate coming at you and you're his friend, what that should do to you mentally and emotionally. So wouldn't he want to help you in your mental and emotional state and speak out? No, because that doesn't help Peter. It's all about Peter's bottom line because Peter's the only one that exists in the world.
It just would not stop. And then, I'm pretty sure there's some other stuff. I can't remember now. So we fell out over that. And he said he was sorry.
Oh, wait a minute. If he said he's sorry, it means he doesn't give a shit. So again, he lied to you. Sorry about that. Or, I guess, as the basic bitches say, which is what Peter would say, sorry, not sorry.
Da 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 da. Well, flash forward now, well, maybe a week or so ago, all these tweets about Peter come out. And I'm like, okay, what you said is not good. Not good at all. And I can't like not say anything about this. Like I have to say something about this because once again, as his friend, people are like, well, why won't you say anything? Why won't you make a video? Why won't you do this? Why won't you do that? I'm just like, I had already told Peter how I felt about the tweets. I already told him. I made that video about Jaclyn Hill, and literally like the first 8 minutes of it was me talking about my friendship with Peter, how he's a good person, and ultimately I do believe that Peter is a good person. I just feel like he has tendencies to lash on to other people and try to like socially climb them. I'm just gonna say it, he does.
It's not tendencies, it's all out. That's his marketing PR. That's why he kisses Trisha Paytas' ass. No disrespect to Trisha, I like some stuff about Trisha. Trisha's been a little bit shady with me, but overall, I like stuff with Trisha, and the same with Shane Dawson. But why you're so quick to jump down Tana Mongo. Monju, I'll never be able to say her last name, I don't really care. That's what he does, that's what he did with me. That's what that's what he does, he plays the fucking game. This is why he goes and bitches about all these other people's apology videos. He kicks people when they're down. So yes, he climbs over people who are having a hard time and then bitches about why he's getting hate. Shut the fuck up.
So I made that video about Jaclyn Hill and I talked about Peter like 80% of the video, 90% of the video. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And literally, you know what Peter says to me? He says, your video didn't do me any favors. He said, I would rather you not make a video, but if you have to, I understand. So, I told him, I was like, well, I was being a shady bitch to him because I was pissed. I was like, you know what, it's a business decision. I have to do this.
Well, at least you're man enough to be able to say, look, I was pissed and this is how I dealt with it. And now you're actually explaining what you were really doing, what you were really feeling. At least you're man enough to come out at some point and be real. Peter can't be with anybody, but honestly, after all the shit he's done to you, I don't blame you. I see this as standing up for yourself. Saying at the end of the day, I'm gonna do this because it's a business decision. You've treated me like a business, a shitty business, I'll treat you like a shitty business. That's just called common courtesy and respect in terms of standing up for yourself. I don't see anything wrong with that.
When in reality, I was doing it because I felt like I needed to talk about it, because if I can talk about everybody else, I can talk about him. It's not that deep.
Well, and just keep in mind, Peter's made sure it's not that deep with you two. It's not a real friendship. He's just using you. So if he's just using you, why the fuck can't you use him back?
I'm your friend, and I said in that video that I went directly to him. Anytime that I have a problem with Peter, I go directly to him. Like, you might see a shady tweet, but I go directly to Peter and say literally everything that I say and more to Peter. Because I feel like friendship, you try to handle things privately. So that's what I did. The fact that he would tell me that the video that you made about me didn't do any favors for me. I didn't know that I had to do you any favors, Peter. I didn't know that as a friend that I had to do you favors.
Well, see, as a friend, yes, you would want to do favors for your friend, but then your friend should want to do favors in return. Should be a two-way street, and it shouldn't be your friends to get favors. It's when you are in need, a friend should be there. That's how it works. But for Peter, you're not a friend. You're just somebody to get shit out of. This whole thing, this motherfucker just disgusts me more and more.
I've done you plenty of favors. Like I just said, made your merch. I've edited videos for you. I've made thumbnails for you. I've given you like very good content ideas. You always say I'm like the first with the drama. And for those of you that don't believe that, like, I could literally make a video every single day with the shit that I find on the internet. Multiple drama channels get some of their shit from me. I'm so sick of fucking people, like, because I'm the underdog and I've always been, like, it's always been the hardest for me. I've always had the most to lose and the hardest fucking hill to climb. It's always been that way with me. People shit on me, they shit talk me. I don't know why. But, I mean, everybody, like, apparently people just don't like me. And that's fine. There's a lot of people that do like me. There's a lot more people that don't like me. That's fine.
So, I don't know anything about you. I'm gonna give a very loose-based opinion here because I don't know anything about you and I'm not trying to white knight for you, but I'll tell you what I've learned. This is just me. I'm not trying to give you advice. I'm not saying you fucking need my advice. I'm not like Peter, like, I'm gonna talk shit on you and then give you passive-aggressive advice and slander you and slap you around. If you're somebody that's doing a whole lot of favors and being really nice to people and bending over backwards to trying to help everybody else out, chances are you might be attracting a lot of people around you who are shithole people who are using you. That happened to me a lot of my life, and it took some therapy, and especially roommate, the boyfriend I have now, it took him and years of talking to him to help open my eyes to that. A lot of times, the nicest people go through the worst shit because people who aren't nice see it. They see your kindness, they see your willingness to help, they see your light that you're trying to give to other people, and they want some of it. And at the end of the day, everything's taken from us and we're left on the ground, desecrated, going, what happened, while all these people laugh and say we're crazy or we're assholes. This is how it can happen. I'm not saying that's the case with you, but if you're an overly nice person, take that in. If you're like, I'm really nice to people, I try to be kind, I try to be helpful, why do people do this? Because at the end of the day, assholes will come in and take everything they can from you. So Dustin, it is your time to stand up and say your fucking truth and fuck motherfuckers who use you. I applaud you.
But him saying that video didn't do me any favors really pissed me off. We got into it. We've argued about it. He basically cried and said, I'm sorry. Again, with the I'm sorries, I don't really understand why you're saying you're sorry. Because you're telling your audience that you don't say you're sorry because it doesn't mean anything. So as a friend, are you telling me that you're sorry and it really doesn't mean anything? Or do you really believe that you saying you apologize is the effective way for you to apologize? I don't get it. You
don't get it because you're a nice person. And I think somebody like Peter likes to do a lot of word salad manipulation to be able to get out of doing shit or saying shit he doesn't really want to say, doesn't really want to do, or doesn't really want to believe in. People who are manipulators and narcissists, and in my opinion, that's what Peter Monn is emulating. They're gonna do and say anything for their bottom line. And because you're a nice person and you're not like that, it's not gonna make sense. I went 34 years of my life, 33, I got wise this year to 34, going, I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. I went through this with Phildo the Wizard. Broke my heart for a year. For a fucking year going, I just gave him over $400 to pay his bills. I've offered him countless jobs. I have tried to be as nice as I can. Why on earth would he do the things he's done to me? Why would he try to ruin my life? Why would he be giving interviews to locale that, oh, but shit, that's not even true? Why would he dox everything about me, where I live, where I've lived it before, all my friends, boyfriends? It ripped me up. It felt like somebody emotionally raped me, like somebody gutted me. And I dealt with that in private. It was awful, awful. And what I learned at the end of the day is I stopped asking why. I learned why doesn't matter. And I'm never gonna fully understand why because I'm not like that. And Dustin, I don't know you, but I'm gonna assume you're not like that. That's why you can't make sense of what he's doing, because what he's doing doesn't make sense. It's all about protecting him and his ego, and he will do any crazy thing to make sure that his bottom line is protected and fuck everybody else. And to kind people, it doesn't make sense, because you can get where you want to be and you can get successful and climb the YouTube ladder without having to fuck everybody else over in the process and doing word salad and mental gymnastics to get there. Oh, and throwing your client's privacy under the bus too. That's a fun one.
The same energy. Don't be somebody on camera that you are not somebody off camera, and act like you're this real person, because you said that you're the realest person on YouTube.
You know who else who says they're the realest, most honest YouTuber? Onision says that, which I believe in one of Peter's videos, he actually slightly defended Onision against me, if I remember correctly. Birds of a feather, right, Peter? Or how about this? Remember, Peter, when you said I kept saying I'm not a racist, and if I say it enough, then I must be one? I guess if you keep saying how real you are, I guess it means you're not real, right? Peter logic, oh, go cry about in a corner and be a victim to me now.
Don't. If you're gonna be real, be real. And being real does not consist of you being somebody on the phone and then being somebody else on the camera to appease your audience. That's not how this works. That is not how any of this works.
Oh, sweet pea. For somebody like Peter and a lot of the YouTubers, that's exactly how this works. They're fake as fuck while they scream everybody else is fake as fucking dangerous, while they laugh all the way to the bank and ruin lives. They don't care. Unfortunately, this has become YouTube, and this is why I said when I come back, I'm coming back with a bang. Everything, every ounce of privacy, everything emotionally has been taken from me by assholes, and I'm coming back. And I got so strong to having everything ripped out from me emotionally and mentally on every level, and my reputation slandered. I said, when I come back, I'm coming back with a bang. And now they have given me no Fs. I have no Fs to give. And don't worry, you're gonna get that thick skin too. You're gonna get it. But what has to happen is people have to continue to call out these fake motherfuckers more and more. There has to be a precedent of integrity set on YouTube as in other areas of life, or you shouldn't be allowed to be that successful on this platform. It's disgusting. Okay, I think I'm gonna end the video right here. Honestly, the video is like 26 minutes long. I don't want this to go too crazy, and the rest of it is some stuff about some collaborations, and you know, it's not stuff I know a whole lot about. Like I said, I'm only gonna comment on the things that I feel like I can see and that I know about. So please go check out Dustin's video though. The rest of it is really telling. There's another one as well, so we'll have more to talk about with that. But please go check him out, Dustin Dailey. If you don't know about him, please go check out his channel. Subscribe, because seems like a nice, genuine person, and honestly, we need more of that. You know what? He was the one that actually told Peter about me and Peter went crazy on me. I could be a complete bitch about that right now, but I'm not going to, because people have a right to say whatever they want. But it means I have a right to defend myself, unless it's too slanderous, and then that depends on if you want to get legal stuff involved. But I have a right to defend myself, and I will continue to defend myself, and even if Dustin doesn't like me, I don't care. We need good, genuine people on YouTube, and if they don't like me, as long as they're a good, genuine person and people like their content, I'm down. So anyways, tell Dustin that I sent you. But I'm also, another thing, be very interested to talk to Dustin. I don't know if he'd want to, but I'm gonna put my feelers out there and see if it's something he'd be interested in, because I would love to get more of his perspective on this. So, all right guys, till the next video, continue to be blessing yourselves and blessing others. Continue to try to find the joy, the sparkles of the bullshit in the world. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Mwah. Goodbye.